Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Broadcasting from Trinidad to the world. The Street 919FM.com. News from the Street 919FM.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon. I am Vanessa Thomas with the 12 o'clock news on the Street 919 FM and online Facebook and YouTube, sponsored by the Sea Champion. In the headlines, 9 additional deaths and 294 new cases of COVID-19 have been recorded. 19 people arrested for breaching curfew. Health officials confirm COVID outbreak at St. Anne's Hospital. And internationally, Tokyo doctors call for Olympics to be cancelled over COVID surge. And now the news in detail. The Health Ministry announced Monday afternoon that 9 more people have died from the COVID-19 virus. This brings the death toll to 294. The ministry said the people who died were 4 elderly men and 2 elderly women with pre-existing medical conditions, and 1 middle-aged man and 2 middle-aged women without any existing medical conditions. The ministry also stated that 294 more people have been infected with the virus. These were from samples taken between May 13th and 16th. Since March 2020, there have been 16,549 COVID cases, of which 10,370 have recovered. There are currently 5,885 active cases. 388 patients remain in hospital, 6 more than Sunday. 19 people have been released from public health facilities, and there have been 143 recovered community cases. The ministry also shared that as of Monday, 60,671 people had received their first vaccine dose, and 1,179 had received their second dose. In other news, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service has revealed that 19 people have been arrested in the first 2 days of the state of emergency for breaking the 9 p.m. curfew. In a chart table posted to social media, the TTPS revealed that most SOE-related arrests have occurred in Tobago, where 7 people were taken into custody. Just behind Tobago was the Northern Division, which tallied 6 arrests in the last 2 days. In the Western Division, 3 people were arrested. The Northeastern, Central, and Port of Spain Divisions each recorded 1 arrest. The chart did not have data for the Southern Division. For your information, anyone who breaches the regulations under the state of emergency is liable to a fine of up to $250,000 and 6 months in prison. In more news, the Ministry of Health officials yesterday confirmed an outbreak of COVID-19 at the St. Anne's Psychiatric Hospital. Principal Medical Officer of Institutions, Dr. Miriam Abdul-Richard, said that there are currently 20 confirmed cases at the facility. She said those patients are being isolated and managed. Despite the outbreak confirmation, Abdul-Richard said that while the parallel health system is strained, it has not yet collapsed. She gave the information at yesterday's Ministry of Health COVID-19 update. And 2 friends had to run for cover last night after gunmen opened fire on them. The victims, aged 28 and 26, told police that at about 8:30 p.m., they were playing cards along Freddie Street, Aranguez, when they heard a commotion nearby. Upon investigating, they observed 2 men known to them standing on the roadway. Both men are said to have mumbled something before pulling out firearms and began shooting at the 2 friends. Both victims became fearful for their lives and fled the scene, with 1 man jumping a neighbor's wall for safety. No one was injured. One of the victims observed a police patrol nearby and flagged them down for assistance. No one was held, however. Police said arrests were imminent. Internationally, a top medical organization in Japan has thrown its weight behind calls to cancel the Tokyo Olympics, saying hospitals are already overwhelmed as the country battles a spike in coronavirus infections less than 3 months from the start of the Summer Games. The Tokyo Medical Practitioners Association said hospitals in the host city have their hands full and have almost no spare capacity. They strongly request that the authorities convince the International Olympic Committee that holding the Olympics is difficult and obtain its decision to cancel the Games. On Friday, Japan's Prime Minister extended a third state of emergency in Tokyo and several other prefectures until May 31st. However, the Prime Minister said that holding a safe and secure Olympics game was possible if tight preventative measures were implemented. And that was the 12 o'clock news on the street, 919 FM, and online Facebook and YouTube, sponsored by the Sea Champion. Recapping the headlines, 9 additional deaths and 294 new cases of COVID-19 have been recorded. 19 people arrested for breaching curfew. Health officials confirm COVID outbreak at Sitan's Hospital. And internationally, Tokyo doctors call for Olympics to be cancelled over COVID surge. I am Vanessa Thomas. Good afternoon.